Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nazar, and in today's video we will be talking about how to create your first cash table in ClubGG. Finally, Nazar, you got to the point, you would say, and I'm agree with you. Create a cash table is probably the most thrilling moment for all of us because this is why this is all about. Today I will answer to such questions as chips, how to create chips, send, pull out, and what currency they represent, Rake, and all its nuances. And we will have quick step-by-step to create our first cash table. Small remark about chips and currency in this app. Tiny advice for developers. Maybe it will be possible, as everyone's club strictly bounded with currency of the club. US clubs to dollar, European clubs to euro, Russian clubs to Russian ruble. That makes very inconvenient for international cooperation. For example, for me, if I would like to cooperate or bound my club with some Canadian club, it will be very troublesome just because of currency and exchange rate differences. So the idea is to create some inner converting system which could be customized by club leaders. Okay, back to the main topic. Chips in your club usually represent local currency. This way is the most convenient way. My player giving me $100 and I am sending to him 100 chips. That system is simple and clear. How to generate the rake if your game is raked and how it works. Let's assume that in your office 10 of your coworkers, each of them gave you $100 to get some chips in your club. And they've been playing for a week. Nobody win or lose much, but the total amount of chips in your club at the beginning of the week was 1k, and in the end of the week it became 900 chips, 100 difference. These 100 just evaporate. You will see them only in your game statistics for the week as a club master. From this 1k you have been giving at the beginning of the week, 100 is your pure profit for your service, for hosting the game. In the end of the week, all of your colleagues may ask you to cash out, and you will just give them back $900. 100 will stay in your pocket. I hope it was clear and understandable. This is how Rake works in online clubs. Now let's go step by step, create our first cash table. You can see the game is on without me. Create new table, no limit Holdem. Make name for your table. It will be 1, 2, cash game, classic. You can make game private. Table size, it could be from heads up table to maximum 9 players at the table. We will leave it standard 9 players. Action time, we will leave it by default, 15 seconds for each action. Time bank also we will not touch. Blinds, again, as the game your club bounded to local currency, it depends where you are. If you're in Japan, then probably the blinds will be something like that. If I have a club in Ukraine and I want to play the game level of $1-2, so the Ukrainian currency $1 is 25 Ukrainian hryvnia, so 25.50 is gonna be my blinds. We're going to create a pretty standard one, $2, small big blind. Ante, we I like this option. I like all my tables with ante. That makes game more active, more dynamic, more aggressive. So I usually set at least half of big blind. Straddle, you can turn off this option, turn on this option. I honestly not really like straddle system in GG Club because straddle could be from any position on the table and is quite annoying for some players, but it works in our favor. Straddle makes our game more crazy, more aggressive, generate more rake. Buy-in, usually it is the standard way, it's 100 big blinds. So for 1-2 game, it's $200 should be standard buy-in. But to make game more accessible for some players who doesn't like to risk $200, they feel more comfortable to join to the table with $100. You can make 50 big blinds as a buy-in to enter to the game. Suggest you to do not make it less, because if you let's say it's set 40 big blinds, so it's $40. For those players, every hand basically gonna be all in hand, and the game will become kind of crazy and annoying. So at least 50 big blinds. Buy-in authorization. So when people will apply for chips, you will see this who and how much apply chips, and if you receive payment, you can just send those chips to those players. Finally, we got to the most thrilling part, the rake. If it's a friendly game, I think you at least deserve 1%, because you manage money, you call the game, you organize, you at least making some effort to make this game happen. So you deserve a tiny reward. Cap determine what is the maximum will be taking from each pot. What the maximum rake will be taking from each pot. So you can set it, let's say 2 big blinds, the game 1-2. So no matter how big pot is, $2 will be taken from each pot maximum. Sorry, $4. 2 big blinds is $4. Here we have okay, rash hole created for to prevent hit and run behavior. Like some people join to the table, they make their stack double and then they leave the table to rejoin with initial stack $100, let's say. To prevent this situation, such behavior, you can set a rash hole for a few hours or for whole day. People, if they join to the table with $100 and in, let's say, in 30 minutes they win $600, they won't be able to join to the same table with a smaller amount of chips than this $600, at least for 12 hours, next 12 hours. Here we have some bunch of features like bomb pot. We will talk about it in another video, because that makes the game completely different. Double board also change game dramatically. All-in insurance. Just recently I turned this option off because I just constantly keep losing money on insurance, and for me it's kind of like gambling. It makes game and my work unpredictable for me. You can make some tiny money by insurance every day, and then you just like in one big game, in one big hand, lose 3-day profit, and it's very painful, very unpleasant. Player like this option. At least they have option, they can buy insurance. I personally not really like it, so I turn off this option. It's up to you. Run it multiple times. This feature I like, most of players like it, so if you go in with AA and against some monster draw, you guys can decide, run it 1 time or 2 times or 3 times. You can split pot, less risk for some players, and it works in our favor. Auto start, with how many players game will start. So if two players already sitting at the table, the game will start. Auto extension, I make it as many as possible. I like when table exists constantly, and if game is on, the table will auto extend itself. This is personal information on each player. After how many hands this information will appear. It's more for players than for you. For such information like VPIP and pre-flop race and percent of winning hands. Game restrictions. People want to feel safe in your club, so IP restriction, GPS restriction, device restriction, so people cannot play from 2 tables from 1 device, and chatting restrictions if your players are very tough guys and go on each other very hard. So to prevent this behavior, you can turn it on. In my club, people are friendly, allow, they still teasing each other, but it's not very bad. Not very aggressive. Game length. Some people create a table for one specific session, like they call the game, they make a game for specific time at 4 p.m. and they run the table for 2 hours, and then the table will be automatically closed and they will begin new session. For my club, this system doesn't work, and I don't like this system because the game can appear without your awareness in any time of the day. It can appear at night, can appear early in the morning, and not necessary to keep your eye on a club 24 hours and call the game. So I make the game length 24 hours. Save template, and we can see our table ready to be created. Last thing, I want to show you how to send chips and deduct chips. So if you receive a payment from your player, you go to the counter, search, let's say Big Fish. We found our player, click on him, send out chips and amount of chips you want to send to him, and the same way climb back. That's it about creating cash table. If you would have any questions, suggestions, please leave comment below. It will help to develop my channel. About any sort of cooperation or joining to my club, please first hit me on email. I don't accept unknown players to my club. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was useful for you. Please subscribe, give me thumbs up, and good luck.